Hey, guys ever wonder what a 14 free-for-all would look like? Well, this is it. Only tier 10s. What the rules were is at the beginning of the game, everyone had to spread out as much as possible, choose a spot on the map, and then at the 6-minute mark, everyone would just start just shooting each other. Utter chaos would just take place. So I decided to go with the mouse. Definitely if we're going to do a free-for-all. Now, as you know, for those that watch my vids, I prefer maneuverability over armor and hit points. Well, hit points is actually quite important. What I mean to say is I'd rather have maneuverability or like view range over something like, armor or something, that's slow. But in these regards, the mouse has armor, great armor all around it, 360 degrees. I can try angling back, if I've got enemies behind me, forward. So I figured, okay, the mouse probably would be the best shot. If I had something, or if I were to play with something that was more maneuverable, had good view range, it is excellent when you have a team and you can really have that maneuverability. And honestly, you can still do great. So I really didn't know how this was going to go, but really trying to be aware of the map. This T57 is doing pretty good against me. I'm going to try to just go down, see if we can get a little bit of a ram. 152 shaved off. And I'm just trying to see what I can do to really necessarily survive. So really anything went. People could choose, destroyers, light, medium, who cares? As long as it was a tier 10, it could be in the free-for-all. So I'm not really thinking I'm going to survive much. If I end up getting focus fired on, like how this Sheridan missile and this Leopard is doing, trying to be in this little nook here, was able to get rid of him, but I'm trying to just stay in this nook a little bit, and I'm not backing up. I'm trying to keep him in a pretty awkward position. He does have good penetration, so it does get that off me. I am bleeding hit points, trying to just keep him in that awkward position. Was able to get another one. This little corner is actually some good luck for me. Now, I started getting this speculation right around this time after seeing the comments and things like that I think, I'm not 100% sure, because I was just so focused in the game, that I might have been getting some special treatment in this round, which, if you guys are helping me with vids, part of the film crew, whatever, please don't give me any sort of special treatment. I just want to be equally treated as all other players. I don't prefer like protection, like I said, special treatment, things of that sort. Let the game play out. Just play as you normally would, just along the rules or whatever, just to avoid what's happening. I think right here, because as I'm going up, I get myself in a little bit of this pinch, and you'll probably see it here in a bit. I'm trying to protect myself, but it's not happening now, but there is eventually a point where another mouse comes up from behind. He easily could have taken me out, and I think it's right here. He had the shot, and I think they were trying to say, oh, don't kill Muffin, but honestly, let the game take its course. If you have the shot, just take it on me. Anyway, this one was maybe a little biased in this first game, but in the other ones, it's much more fair, I promise you guys. So, great shot there by that Sheridan. Out of all the places he could have hit, that was actually really good. Most likely on that lower plate that is weaker. So, great game. This one, missiles were removed from the original game, but some people wanted to try it out in this. And just going, right from the 6-minute mark. So everyone had the chance to try and get to any other position, to try and spread out to any spot they could within 1 minute, and at the 6-minute mark, the free-for-all would begin. Nobody's on each other's side. Now, there are some unique things that take place just because of the mechanics of the game. When you do something like this, more so when you're firing upon friendly tanks, because you'll see it here in a bit, I really need my aimer, and I need to understand the weak points of an enemy tank when I'm honing in. But with friendly fire on, even though you can hit the other tank, you don't zoom in, you don't see the weak points. It's almost much more realistic. It was much more difficult. Luckily took out that FE, almost made it away, super close. And it was right around here that you're gonna see right there, that mouse. And when I saw that mouse, it was like, this is going to be a beast of a battle, because not only do I not like coming across a mouse when I'm a mouse, because you end up getting in this huge ricochet, strong armor battle, but on top of that, we can't even really quite see our weak points. The camera doesn't zoom in like it normally did when you're focusing on an enemy target. Definitely some things wrong there. Now, unfortunately, that leopard, I believe, lagged out. So I want to cover him during that unfortunate moment and just mentioning that. So once again, want to thank my subs for helping me with these videos. You guys are awesome. If you want help with any of the videos, join my Discord and make sure you get the movie role assigned to you so that you can get the notifications when I get these rooms set up to make them happen. So we are now struggling to try and get rid of this mouse. And you can just see, I can't quite tell what I can pen, what I can't pen. I'm just kind of guessing, getting myself in a little bit of a pinch. So, definitely a bit rough. Yeah. I'm clearly not doing as well here. Able to get a good shot there. Trying to back up. Even though the mouse does have great armor, I do still want to try and use the landscape to protect myself. Now that mouse is exposed on that one side. Almost could have probably hit me in my side cheek, but luckily for us, hit the wall. I don't have a lot of hit points left, but let's just see what we can do. Now, if you are helping me out with these vids, please send me your replays. I actually didn't have much split screen to go off of with this because I only got a very small handful of subscribers that actually sent me their replays. So there's not a whole lot of split screen happening here. But yeah, if you guys are helping, please send it either through Discord or email. I get those that way as well. And I thought I had it, but great game. I did not take home the winning cup for this round. Little less bias, I guess I would say, which is good. Don't want that. IS-4 does have a great amount of health left. Unfortunately, one player did end up going AFK. It was the other VK90. But being it's a free-for-all, what the heck. So we got 2 mouse tanks left and an IS-4. Now the thing about heavy tanks, they do have typically the best armor. This IS-4 is now in a pretty bad spot. You don't want to be monkey in the middle here. Uh-oh. But, yeah, heavies, most hit point pool typically, and typically have the best armor, just not the best maneuverability. And looks like time is actually running out on this one. So, almost probably best for the clock that it ran out. That IS-4 almost died. Going right in again. I'm actually in a pretty bad position. I'm just trying the E100 now. This is honestly an absolute terrible spot, but I just thought, what the heck, it'd be fun. Let's just see what we can do. Getting a good amount of bounces here. This E100. Now, I really don't want any sort of special treatment, so I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at that E100. Make sure that everyone's kind of getting a fair. I'm trying to use this building to side scrape and kind of angle myself. But in this one, now I should have used an HE round. I know. I'm probably going to get tons of comments of that. I use HE, do get quite a bit of that. Trying to angle myself, but in this match, it's like you can't trust anyone. Clearly, because it's a free-for-all. Trying to angle, but IS-4 gets a great shot on me. I'm not 100% sure what he's doing here, but he probably figured out it had gotten taken out. So anyway, but this is what it's like. This is kind of like what a free-for-all potentially could look like. Now, as you could see there, even when the game had started, there were a couple enemies that were a little too close to each other. And these maps are only so big, right? So even if Wargaming were to do an event, well, they wouldn't, I could tell you that. I don't think Wargaming would really do an event based on like a free-for-all, just because, one, the maps just aren't big enough. As you can see even from some of these replays, there were players that struggled with trying to find a spot far enough away from other players. So, coming down to the wire here, just only a few players left, quite a bit actually taken out, knocked out. Let's see if we can get anyone down to the final winner before time actually runs out. That was one of the issues with doing a free-for-all. So, we'll just kind of see what happens, and it looks like the AMX is taken out. Looks like we got a Bat Chat, the mouse, and we got so just a few left. This Foch is just waiting for the opportune moment. Bat Chat using his view range, so getting some great shots off there on the side. Looks like he's leaving the IS-4. Very smart, potentially going after some distracted targets. The Foch moves in. And takes out the mouse. Now we know the Bat Chat's coming in hot. So let's see. This guy's a pretty good player. He definitely knows what he's doing. You can just watch and tell from a player watching their replay just how good a player is. Just, I guess, stating the obvious here. And has the Foch in a really bad position. Almost looks like he lost control of his tank there for a second, almost allowing the Foch to get in front of him. And he's trying to turn around, which is really smart. Trying to use that building to keep the Bat Chat away, but unfortunately was not able to turn around in time before the Bat Chat was able to get that that next round in. So now it's just the IS4 against the bat chat. And this is where the bat chat does have a really big advantage because of that view range. But there's only so much time left on the clock. So unfortunately, looks like it ends with just the IS4 in the bat chat. Only so much time, but hope you guys enjoyed this vid. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.